The FBI has listed black identity extremists as the #1 threat over Al-Qaeda, over white supremacists in the United States. Let me tell you something about the United States. The United States has had more mass shootings than any other country. Africa has had some mass shootings, but guess what? It's very rare in Africa for that to happen. They've had crime in Africa as well, but mass shootings are very rare. No other country in this world has had more mass shootings than the United States of America. And the majority of these perpetrators who act out these mass shootings are white males. Patrick Purdy, January 17th, 1989, killed 5 Vietnamese children and shot 32 other people before being murdered himself, or I should say killed himself in an ensuing fight with the police. He was a white supremacist. He didn't like anybody that wasn't white. He had a lot of mental issues. Very disturbed man. Lost his life. Okay. 1984. There is a man, I believe, named James Huberty, 41 years old. He went into a McDonald's in San Diego and killed a number of people, injured a lot more people, and the majority of the people that were in this McDonald's were Hispanic or Mexican. He had the McDonald's under siege for 77 minutes. If you go on YouTube, on this platform, you can, if you want to, you can search in this documentary called 77 Minutes. This man murdered a number of people. He was a very disturbed and mental person, a mass shooter, also a white man. I want to show you something else before I go back to this picture here. 1974, Olean High School. There was a shooting on December 30th. The perpetrator was Anthony F. Barbaro, 17 years old at the time. He went to his school on the 3rd floor, broke in, had a rifle. He was confronted by the assistant principal, I believe. He killed the assistant principal by shooting him in the head. Proceeded to barricade himself inside of the classroom that was on the 3rd floor that he broke into. Aimed his rifle out the window and killed 2 other people. Killed a man crossing the street and killed a pregnant Hispanic woman that was driving by in the car. Shot her right in the head. She died and her baby died. Double homicide. He was eventually arrested after they tear gassed the place and smoked him out, and he was unconscious. In the next year, November of 1975, he hung himself in a cell because he knew what he did was wrong, and he knew he was going to be convicted of murder. 18 years old at that time. Another white shooter. Who could forget the Sandy Hook Elementary School shooting that took place in 2012? I thought it was 2013. I said in another video, but it's actually 2012. Adam Lanza was the perpetrator. He used these guns here, as you see, and went into the school and proceeded to kill 27 people. Okay? Unbelievable. He killed his mother at home because he knew his mother would be disappointing him after seeing what he'd done. But he went in there and killed little children. A white young male who had disturbing mental issues that needed to get help but didn't get in time. So actually, I should say he killed 26 people. He was the 27th person because he died as well at the school. Killed little kids for no reason. Someone else that killed little kids, like I told you, I believe I mentioned it in this video, if I'm not mistaken, my memory is kind of bad right now, was Patrick Purdy, the white supremacist. He killed little kids, 5 little Asian kids. I believe I did mention in the beginning. And I want to show you something else. This is Andrew Kehoe. And I'm just going to read it from you right here from Google. Andrew Philip Kehoe was an American farmer and treasurer of his township school board, notable as a mass murderer for killing his wife and 43 other people and injuring 58 people by setting off bombs in the Bath school disaster on May 18th, 1927. He also died because he committed suicide by blowing himself up with explosives. Okay? Another white male that was disturbed and took a lot of lives. I don't see black people doing that. I mean, black people do kill each other. Yes, I'll take responsibility for that. We have black people that commit crimes. Yes. But when it comes to mass shootings, black people are not really doing that. Don't tell me about Micah Johnson. I don't want to hear that. That's just the one little example. What about the Las Vegas shooting that took place in 2017? Okay? What about the shootings that just took place over the weekend? Come on, man. This is a problem. But you FBI wants to tell us that black people are the real threat here. The FBI is full of shit. The only thing I see black people guilty of is being very sympathetic and very forgiving for the things that they go through. The only thing that I see black people be guilty of is showing each other love. Not all of us, because some of us have hatred for each other, which is really sad. But the only thing that I'm talking about the ones who do care. The only thing that really black people are guilty of is empowering each other, telling each other what the hell is happening in the world and what affects us as black people, looking out for each other, becoming the new voices of media out here, the new voices of black media, I should say, not the old guard who told you what those people want you to hear, but we tell you what you really need to know and what you really need to hear. That's what we're guilty of. We're guilty of loving ourselves. We're guilty of empowering ourselves. We're guilty of just loving who we are as black people. And I'm not, as I said, I'm not talking about the ones who are gone in the sunken place, interracial dating, advocating white supremacy and this and that. I'm talking about the ones who are in the know, the ones who are woke, as to speak, okay? So to speak. That's what we're guilty of. I don't see black people going out there and profiling people. I don't see black people going out there and calling the police on white people or any other person. I don't see black people going out there and messing around with anybody because based on the color of their skin. 9 times out of 10, we're not doing that. I see a lot of black people who are law-abiding citizens who are not doing anything but mind their own business and living their life. They get the police called on them, that get fucked with by people of other races as well as their own, just for being black. Everybody wants to culture appropriate our music. They want to culture appropriate how we dress, how we talk. They use our lingo all the time now. Okay? It's ridiculous. Black identity extremists are the biggest threat. That is a joke. Your biggest threat is what you saw happen last week. That's what you need to take care of. It's just like the Asian woman said, we need to clean up our own backyard. Then the so-called dominant society needs to clean up their own backyard, because that's a big ass mess that's been building up for centuries. So it really stinks and it's really massive. Okay? That is the huge problem you have right now. Don't worry about black people. Worry about what you have to do for yourself over there in your backyard. And we'll take care of what we got to do in our backyard. That's as simple as I can tell you. You're a black person, you follow the law, you still get profiled. You're a black person, you told to put your hands up, you still get killed. You're a black person and you do the right thing for your family, you protect your family, get a good job, you still end up dead, they still fuck with you. I'm not playing the victim game here. This is reality, ladies and gentlemen. Are there some black people that do play victims? Yes, there are. But 9 times out of 10, we don't really do shit. We're just doing what we're supposed to do as a human being. Work, provide for our families, love our families, go out and have a good time. Like the people having a good time in Dayton, Ohio, in Walmart, shopping for their kids. All of a sudden, life cut short. That wasn't by a black person. Need I say more? This video ain't to get you to hate nobody. This video is telling you the fucking truth. I'm telling you how it is. The fact that the FBI thinks that black people are a threat is a fucking joke. We're a threat over Al-Qaeda, who's an actual terrorist group that blew up shit? Really? When's the last time you seen a black person blow something up? And I'm not talking about in a fucking movie. I'm talking about in real life. When's the last time you saw a black person go into a Walmart or go into any restaurant and shoot people up? I'll wait. I'll wait.